work in Cambodia. We're based out of Canada, but we work in Cambodia, post-genocide Cambodia, where the children have and the young women have largely been left undefended because the government systems are shattered. And as a result, young people are trafficked, not only all through Cambodia, they're trafficked all over the world and sold, particularly into China and forced marriage by the thousands. So our job is to restore those lives, get them back home using a diplomatic process, get them home, get them rehabilitated, and get them reintegrated back into culture and society after they've been raped, sometimes thousands of times. I was in the RCMP, and I went on a holiday that went very badly wrong in Asia, and I ended up in the middle of a war zone on the Thai-Cambodian border, and that just opened up a whole new world I had not expected at all. And the more I read about Cambodia then, the more I was appalled and figured I'd wanted to help. I wanted to get 2 suitcases of medication into Cambodia, smuggle it through the embargo to save the lives of some children. And God gave me 9 tons of medication, and a charity was born. I had to figure out how to smuggle 9 tons of contraband through a UN embargo. Not very politically correct for an RCMP member, but I did it. And it took off. And then I was assigned pedophile cases in Canada, tracking Canadian pedophiles. And some of the victims were Cambodian, and sort of my 2 worlds collided, of policing and the sexual assault of children in the developing world. And so we really headed down that track to center in on trying to protect those children and young people. The sheer scale of what's going on. I mean, that one of the good illustrations I can use is the fact that because of gender preference and one-child policy, China is currently 35 million females short. And so the trafficking going on into China from places like Cambodia is huge because there's just no prospect for women. There's not enough women. And so they are buying up women and tricking women, saying they've got nanny jobs and whatever else, or good marriages or whatever. Thousands of girls are disappearing into China to discover that they're just being raped and abused and used. So that's the population of Canada. I mean, think about that in terms of that's how many females China is short. And then you get a country adjacent to China that has gone through genocide, so the judiciary was all killed, the social workers are gone, the police are corrupt. You know, it's a disastrous situation, and the legal protocols to protect their own people are not there. And that's just a recipe for disaster, which is exactly what we're dealing with. We're trying to cope with the tidal wave that's coming of girls trying to get back and get out of this abuse. And then when they get back, their families reject them because they're no longer virgins, so they're not marriageable anymore. So they come back all excited to see their parents again. They finally escape. They're finally home, only to be rejected again. So we have a ton of work to do in terms of counseling and trauma counseling and rehabilitation and working with families, trying to get these poor lives put together again. I think awareness is the first thing, is to choose to swallow hard and read and study and learn about it. There's plenty of information out there on the internet, and also join with organizations who are qualified to be doing it, because regular citizens can't jump into this. It's criminal. I mean, they are the human beings are the product, and it's to separate trafficking victims from their pimps and traffickers is no different from taking cocaine from drug dealers. I mean, so you don't want to get into this lightly. Most people feel ill-equipped. Actually, we all feel ill-equipped, but some of us have been doing it for years and know what we're doing. So jump in with those organizations. Don't try and reinvent the wheel. Just jump in with them, fund them, support them, encourage them, because this is brutal stuff for our staff too. I still view the child rape videos as evidence, and it's corrosive stuff psychologically. So just to support us and care for us and pray for us is huge.